that essentially describe the same thing, but you can see below whenever we look at this data around these keywords, and this is just a tool that Google offers that gives you transparency into search traffic for the keywords that you type in. So you can see if someone types in business-to-business commerce, they're going to typically be in a group of anywhere from probably 70 to 80,000 searches a month. If they type in B2B commerce, you can see that it's 14,000 searches a month. So if we were to do one thing, just one thing alone, having business-to-business commerce as our focus instead of B2B commerce is going to dramatically increase the potential traffic that we can expose ourselves to. Now, another thing that we're considering is the competitiveness of a particular keyword. So you can see that B2B commerce and business-to-business commerce has a lot less competition than business-to-business e-commerce. So that can be useful as long as it's applicable, as long as the traffic is going to be high quality and well-qualified traffic. Then having that lower competition means we're going to focus on this as our keywords instead of this, which is a little bit more competitive. So that's really the key to having a master keyword list, is we're really focusing on the high payoff, as in lots of global monthly search results and low competition keywords. Now, the other thing to consider is we're always looking for long tail keywords. So what that means is we're looking for ways that we can incorporate these high payoff keywords, but then also have keywords at the end. So enterprise e-commerce is a keyword phrase. But I can also have platforms at the end of it, and the search engines will pick up enterprise e-commerce as well as enterprise e-commerce platforms, and they'll also pick up e-commerce platforms. So this is a long tail keyword, but it includes enterprise e-commerce, and it also includes just the word e-commerce. So this is a great way to perform your SEO optimization. You want to make sure that you have longer keywords that are a little bit more descriptive and very, very specific, and that's called long tail keywords, because those are typically less competitive. So these are the things that we're considering when we create your master keyword list. So with that in mind, I'm going to jump down to the next page, and this is our rank tracking report that we complete. So once we've completed your on-page optimization and we've gone through and made sure that your site has adherence to your master keyword list and that we've added content to your pages of your site that makes sense and optimize that content, then we're going to perform what's called a rank tracker report. And what this does is it gives us access to a data view, a fact-based review of your site. Essentially, what this rank tracking tool does is it tracks your ranking for all of your keywords in your master keyword list on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. So all of the major search engines, and we're going to find out where you're ranking for each of your keywords on your master keyword list. And let me give you an example of what I mean. So in this example, you can see the different keywords were Dallas car accident attorney, Dallas construction accident attorney, car accident lawyer. These were all keywords that we were looking at for one of our particular clients. And whenever we did this rank tracker report, you can see that they were #1 for these particular keywords. And then as you kind of scroll down, you can kind of see they're #1 for all of these different keywords. That is a rank tracker report, and what that's doing is it's telling us where your site ranks for each of the different keyword variations as you type them in. And instead of you having to go and manually type these into all of the different search engines, we're running a program that goes out and does that for you and then reports back to us with that data. So we're going to get a very factual view of how your site is ranking within the search engines for all of the major keywords that you want to track. Okay, so that's called a rank tracking report. We really use that to identify the things that we need to adjust for your on-page optimization. And that's a key factor for getting you where you want to be for all of those top keywords. So again, 42% of searchers are going to click on the top link, the #1 link that shows up for a particular search phrase. So it's critical that we get you to that number 1, number 2, or worst case, number 3 position for your search terms. Okay, great. So those are some key factors for on-page optimization. The last thing that I'll point out here is fresh content and internal link building. And these are kind of two coinciding things. So it's really important that you've focused your, as you review again here these on-page ranking factors, that you focus your content around very specific title tags and header tags. And then as you go down this list, you'll see number 5 and number 6 are essentially linking-based results. So these are actually saying that internal links, and that's a link to another page on your site, and external links, that's a link to another site outside of your website. These are critical factors as well. So what that means is we need to create content that has, again, a title that's optimized for your keyword phrase, header tags that are optimized for your keyword phrase, and links that link to other pages that relate to that particular keyword. And essentially what this does is it creates a rich website that has very focused content that's focused around very specific keyword phrases. So in this example, we've made a page just for e-commerce web solutions. So you can see it's got that title, that name in the URL. It's got it in the title for the page. It's got it in the header tag, the H2 tag, the header 2 tag, and it also has it throughout this particular article. So whenever a search engine comes to this page is highly tuned to that particular set of keywords. You can also see that the links themselves have the keywords in there as well, so e-commerce, developers and programmers, etc. So these are all factors that we're going to be looking at. And if you have just one page that doesn't have very much content on it that talks about all of your offerings, that's not as powerful as having dozens and dozens of pages, each of them focused on the key areas, the keywords rather, that you want to be optimized for. So it really helps a lot to have fresh content that's focused around keyword-specific pages, if you will. So delineated into pages for each keyword. So here, just again to establish that, you can see all of the different e-commerce resources that we're providing on the Clarity website. And this is great because when someone types in product catalog systems or online quote request application, we're going to get pretty high search results because we're really focused on that particular keyword. So if you go and do a search, there you'll see where in the top search results for that particular keyword set. So in this case, number 3 on the list, and it's certainly not number 1, but you can see that just by focusing around that particular set of keywords, we're getting pretty top search results. So that's key, is to break your pages out and have enough detailed pages about each of your categories that you want to focus on. Okay, great. So that was a little bit of information there about fresh content and internal link building. Now, once you've completed your on-page optimization, you're kind of at that point with your search engine optimization, it's almost like this really, really awesome website that's isolated in the world of the web. And the reason I say that is because you have to have off-page optimization to let search engines know how credible you are. Off-page optimization is really a kind of science of making your website appear credible. And the reason it's so important is because most of the search engines today have figured out that it's really easy to optimize your site for on-page optimization. It's pretty easy to add content that matches up to a particular search phrase. But it's not that easy to get other websites to link to your website. And so that's really what off-page optimization is all about. It's about getting other sites that are credible, that are seen as important to the search engines, and getting those sites to link to your site. You can do this a lot of different ways, and I won't go into a lot of detail, but I'll share with you that you can create a blog, or you can create subsites that are focused around specific topic areas. And then from your blog or your subsites, you can link back to your main website. And that's a really easy, low-hanging fruit kind of approach to get those off-page optimization results. So typically with your blog, you're going to want to use a separate URL, and then you'll write an article once a week or once a month, and in that article you'll link back to your website using several of the keywords within your article. So again, I'll just pull up a brief example here. So here is an article about B2B e-commerce, and within the article you can see we've got several links going back to the Clarity website, and this is just going to an overview page for e-commerce in this case. So what the idea is here is your blog can link back to your site and give it a little bit more credibility. Now that's not going to have a huge impact until your blog becomes really popular and gets a lot of results. So this is a long-term type of a thing for your blog and your subsite. So you have to give it time to gain traction and become important, and typically there are a lot of factors that contribute to that.